For more on this, let's bring in Valeria Giannotta. She is the director of the Centre Studies of International Politics. So Valeria, thank you for your time. Thanks for joining us. We just detailed a few of the countries there where FETO have a presence. How would you assess their presence worldwide?
Well, definitely there is this misperception, I would like to say, from the international community towards Türkiye about FETO, labeled as terroristic organization. Because many of the FETO members are widespread in Europe overall and in the West in general, but they propose themselves as members of civil society or philanthropic organization. Therefore, they do not really show their real face, and they also found shelter and a sort of legitimacy in those hosting countries. I would like to put as an example the case of Sweden or Finland, where the FETO members have been sheltering since a long time, and this fact became also a political issue between those countries and Turkey. For example, when it came the time of lifting the veto for Sweden and Finland as NATO member, actually that was a core issue between Ankara and Sweden and Finland. The main problem is merely that. I mean, there is a sort of fatigue in recognizing those FETO members as a terrorist organization because they are deeply penetrating the hosting society. We can take as example also overall the United States, where the founding leader of FETO terroristic organization, Fethullah Gulen, have been living for many years until his passing. But there still schools, financial activities and parallel activities are run by the members. And there is no way actually for the domestic societies to making understanding that those members, they pose a threat also for the internal and domestic stability. However, I do believe that in the most recent time, the Turkish government have implemented many tools in terms of public diplomacy, in terms of increasing and widespreading awareness related to FETO member. For example, today I'm in Warsaw, where the Directorate of Communication will be organizing a panel on the 15th of July and also on the threat that FETO member and FETO organization are posing, not just to Europe, not just to Turkey, but also in the European states. So I would like just to point it out that despite at the beginning, when on the 15th of July 2016, when the coup was orchestrated, there was a sort of unity by the Western countries and a sort of solidarity granted to the legitimate Turkish government against the coup attempt. After a while, basically, there was this misperception, and also this has created a pocket of frustration towards Ankara and from Ankara towards the European and Western partners in general. I take as example the relations with Turkey and the European Union as such. I mean, the fact that Turkey has implemented a sort of terrorist law in order to marginalize and contrast the terrorist organization, including the action of the FETO members. This has created a sort of, backfire effect in the relations with the European Union that has not trust in Turkey as a valid partner anymore, and it is brought to a sort of deadlock in the Turkey-EU accession process as well. So there is a sort of huge misperception. Some European members, some Western communities are looking with favor towards FETO and the terrorist organization of Fethullah Gulen. And this, of course, has a great impact in terms of political dossier as well. But on the other side, I do believe that Turkey has been very good in managing the domestic issues also in respect of regional international affairs, because the 15th of July coup attempt has been also a sort of pushing factor in order to implement very genuine reform domestically and in terms of international affairs. For example, before, Turkey has been relying a lot on the international support in terms of security. But after 15 of July 2016, there has been a huge investment in the sort of self-sufficiency of the country. And Turkey nowadays is standing as one of the main security providers in the region, but also at the international level.
OK, Valeria, we'll have to leave it there. That was very comprehensive indeed. Valeria Giannotta, their Director of the Centre Studies of International Politics.